Have you ever stopped to think that the key to your entire spiritual growth might be right in your back? It sounds strange, but the truth is that your spine is much more than just a physical support. It's the mystical bridge that connects you to your true potential. For centuries, cultures around the world have revered this structure as a pillar of spiritual power, and modern science is finally starting to understand why. What if I told you that the alignment of your spine not only affects your physical health but also your mental clarity and even your ability to manifest a balanced and fulfilling life? You might find it hard to believe, but practices like yoga, meditation, and qigong not only work on this sacred structure, but also release a vital energy flow that can completely transform your consciousness. The spine, often overlooked in spiritual discussions, is seen as a true column of light in mystical traditions. Imagine it as a mystical bridge that connects the physical realm to the spiritual universe. Since ancient times, in cultures such as Hinduism and Taoism, the spine has been considered the central pillar for spiritual growth. The Kundalini energy, for instance, lies dormant at the base of this structure, waiting to be awakened to begin its journey of ascension. Just as the trunk of a tree supports the life flowing through its branches, the spine is the axis that sustains our spiritual and personal development. As the Kundalini energy rises through the spinal cord, it travels through each chakra, transforming our consciousness and aligning us with our purpose. Those who practice yoga or qigong may have experienced moments of intense connection during balance and breathing exercises. Imagine meditating, feeling a wave of warmth rising up your spine, bringing a sense of mental clarity and well-being. This vital energy flows through the nervous system, nourishing every cell and every thought, as if we are harmonizing our being on a deep level. But this harmonization is only possible if there is an awakening and continuous work on this energetic axis. Modern science is also beginning to recognize this importance, analyzing how spinal alignment influences not only physical health but also mental and emotional well-being. A curved posture, for example, not only affects breathing but also prevents the energy from flowing through the body, blocking spiritual development. Therefore, caring for your spine is not just a matter of physical health. It's a commitment to your spiritual well-being. But this is just the beginning. The connection between the spine, energy, and consciousness goes far beyond, uniting scientific and spiritual aspects. And this is where the bridge between science and mysticism emerges. For a long time, science and spirituality followed separate paths, but the connection between these fields is now being revealed in surprising ways. Modern neuroscience, for example, explores how the spine, besides housing the central nervous system, acts as a channel for vital energy, something that ancient practices have known for millennia. It's as if science is finally arriving at conclusions that sages from ancient mystical traditions have long understood. Recent studies show that proper spinal alignment influences not only health, but also mental clarity and energetic balance, opening doors to spiritual awakening. Think about the effect that a misaligned spine can have on a person: chronic pain, stress, disconnection. But when the spine is in harmony, the Kundalini energy flows freely, revitalizing not only the body, but also consciousness. Science has studied how practices like yoga and qigong help unblock this flow, promoting health and well-being. If you've ever experienced that sense of euphoria after a good meditation session or physical exercise, it's because your entire body is in sync. The energy is flowing. This is neuroscience meeting spiritual practices, translating mysticism into scientific language. This bridge between science and spirituality is just the beginning of a journey to rediscover the human body as a spiritual vehicle. The idea that the nervous system is a means of connecting mind, body, and spirit is gaining scientific acceptance, indicating that health, well-being, and spiritual evolution are not separate concepts. On the contrary, they are different faces of the same coin. And if this seems groundbreaking, wait until you understand the fundamental role that the spine plays in communication between the brain and the body, linking our intentions to our actions in an almost magical way. The spine is more than just a support structure. It's the control center that connects the brain to the body. Throughout the entire spinal column, nerves carry information to every organ, muscle, and even the skin, forming a communication network that orchestrates every movement and sensation. Imagine the spine as a superhighway, where electrical and energetic signals travel at incredible speed. The health and alignment of this structure are therefore essential to ensure that the entire system functions perfectly and that energy flows without interruptions. When the spine is misaligned or damaged, it creates a domino effect, hindering communication between the mind and body. That's why conditions such as herniated discs or pinched nerves can cause not only pain, but also numbness or loss of control in certain body parts. A practical example: think of someone who, after hours of sitting improperly, feels a tingling sensation in their legs. This occurs because the spine is compressing nerves responsible for circulation and energy transmission. Practices like meditation, qigong, and yoga are powerful tools to restore spinal function, helping to unblock this vital flow and restore balance. But there's more. By serving as a bridge between the brain and the body, the spine also becomes a channel for consciousness. When it is in alignment, information flows clearly, allowing intentions to manifest more quickly and effectively. In spiritual terms, this alignment fosters the connection between higher planes and our physical reality. It's like tuning the strings of a musical instrument. With each string in the right place, the melody flows smoothly and harmoniously. But that's just one aspect. In many cultures, the spine also carries mystical symbolism, uniting heaven and earth. In various spiritual traditions, the spine is described as a sacred axis that connects the human being to the divine. In Hinduism, for instance, the spine is seen as the main channel through which the Kundalini energy ascends, activating the chakras and elevating the practitioner to higher levels of consciousness. In esoteric Christianity, it symbolizes Aaron's staff, an element that represents spiritual authority and the power to transcend the material plane. It's as if the spine were a mystical bridge, linking heaven and earth and allowing energy to flow between these two worlds. In indigenous traditions, it is considered the world tree, a symbol of strength and connection with nature and the universe. Just as a tree's roots dig deep into the soil, the base of the spine is seen as the link between the human being and the earth, while its tip connects to the cosmos. This reinforces the idea that our body is not just physical, but also a channel for spiritual manifestation. Practices like meditation and deep breathing help align this sacred structure, creating space for spiritual energy to flow more intensely and profoundly. These symbols show that, regardless of tradition, the spine is revered as a pillar that supports the journey of spiritual awakening. When in harmony, it allows us to explore the full potential of our consciousness and connect with our divine essence. That's why in practices like yoga and qigong, attention to spinal alignment is fundamental. By keeping this structure balanced, it's possible to activate latent energies and reach a state of illumination. But this brings us to an interesting point: how Kundalini energy interacts with the chakras, transforming our entire spiritual experience. Kundalini energy, often described as a dormant serpent at the base of the spine, is a central concept in various spiritual practices. When awakened, this energy ascends through the spine, passing through each chakra and promoting a profound transformation of consciousness. Each chakra acts as a gateway that opens to different aspects of being, from survival and creativity to love and wisdom. When this energy flows freely, it's as if we activate an internal spiritual map, reaching states of expansion and clarity never before experienced. But this process doesn't happen automatically. It requires specific practices, such as yoga, meditation, and controlled breathing, to unblock stagnant energy and allow Kundalini to travel the entire path. Imagine the spine as a channel connecting different energy stations. If there are blockages, the energy flow is interrupted, causing both physical and emotional imbalances. For instance, when the heart chakra is blocked, one might have difficulty connecting with others, feel isolated, or experience emotions of sadness without an apparent reason. When Kundalini moves without interruption through the spine, a person feels a sense of lightness, as if the body and mind are perfectly aligned. The chakras align like gears in a well-oiled machine, making the individual feel at peace with themselves and the world around them. This is the flow that practices like Qigong and meditation aim to cultivate, a flow that not only revitalizes the body but also expands consciousness beyond usual limits. But what about scientific evidence for these practices? Recent studies are beginning to reveal something fascinating. In recent years, science has been closing in on aspects once considered mystical, and the spine has become a focus of study to understand how spiritual practices impact health. Neuroscientific research indicates that exercises like yoga and qigong not only strengthen the musculature of the spine, but also have profound effects on the nervous system. Spinal alignment directly influences energy balance and emotional stability, demonstrating that proper posture can help reduce anxiety and depression. It's as if the physical and spiritual bodies communicate, balancing the energy flow. Studies also show that mindful meditation focused on the spine activates specific brain regions, promoting mental clarity and greater self-control. For example, practices like the luminous spine meditation help release accumulated tensions in the vertebrae, which, according to researchers, increases the production of endorphins, the feel-good hormones. This is proof that mental and physical health are interconnected, and caring for the spine is not just a matter of posture, but also of cultivating a higher state of consciousness. This is a clear example of how science and spirituality meet and complement each other. Moreover, deep breathing techniques aligned with spinal movement have proven effective in improving cognitive conditions and increasing awareness in patients with neurological disorders. By stimulating specific areas of the spine, it's possible to promote nerve tissue regeneration and optimize the circulation of cerebrospinal fluid, which plays a crucial role in communication between the brain and the body. These discoveries are fascinating and show how science can validate ancient practices. But how can we apply all this to further develop our spirituality? This brings us to specific practices that enhance this energy. To awaken the full potential of the spine as a spiritual channel, practices like yoga, meditation, and breathing techniques are indispensable. A simple exercise is the spinal breath, where you take a deep inhale while visualizing a light rising from the base of the spine to the top of the head. This energetic movement not only relaxes the musculature, but also activates the chakras, facilitating the flow of vital energy. To intensify the effect, this practice can be combined with yoga postures that promote spinal stretching, such as the cobra pose, which stimulates kundalini energy to rise more intensely. Another effective practice is using visualizations during meditation. Imagine each vertebra lighting up like small lamps along a wire, connecting your physical body to your spiritual body. This mental image reinforces the perception that the spine is a communication channel between different levels of consciousness. Additionally, alternate breathing techniques like Nadi Shodhana help purify the nervous system, unblocking energy flow and balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain. These practices bring a sense of peace and balance, which is reflected in greater mental clarity and serenity in daily life. If meditation is unfamiliar to you, a good way to start is by dedicating just 5 minutes a day to focus on your breathing and posture. Over time, you will notice these minutes transforming into moments of deep inner connection. If you prefer something more dynamic, practices like Qigong are also excellent, as they combine gentle movements with deep breathing, stimulating the entire spine. These practices are like opening a direct channel between your body and consciousness, promoting a true spiritual awakening. And all of this leads us to reflect on how symbolic the spine is in various traditions and how it carries hidden meanings. Now that you understand the central role of the spine in your spiritual growth, ask yourself, how much time have you been dedicating to caring for this fundamental structure? Often, we ignore back pain and spinal misalignment, but these small discomforts are signs that energy is blocked, preventing you from reaching your true potential. How about starting today by practicing some of the exercises we mentioned? Dedicate a few minutes of your day to meditating, aligning your posture, and releasing the dormant kundalini energy. You'll notice that transformation starts from the inside out, affecting all aspects of your life, from health to mental clarity. And if you want to keep learning how to explore your full potential and strengthen your spiritual connection, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Let's embark together on this journey of awakening and growth.